Millions of people wake up every day with our first guest. She is the co-host of CBS This Morning. Please welcome Gayle King.
Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Gayle. I was watching you. As we were counting down, you were counting down. You were a part of our countdown. I watched you.
I know. Ellen, can I just say, I like what Twitch does with his leg, too. I think he's a very good dancer. Twitch,
Yeah.
I like what you do with your leg, too.
Thank you very much,
Ellen,
Gayle.
you hurt my feelings. I heard you say, I don't like to watch the news because it doesn't make me happy. When I'm sitting there at CBS This Morning, I think, I know Ellen's watching.
I do watch.
Of course she's watching.
I know, we do watch, and I like the feel-good, happy stories. Your headshot, Gayle, how long ago was that? Seriously, it looks like it could have been last week.
You know what's funny about that? I had my hair and makeup did that day. I thought I was looking really cute, and then I look at it and go, ah! So that had to be 80-something. I was anchoring the news at WFSB TV in Hartford. You know, from the Berkshires to the Sound, from wherever you live, this is Gayle King, Eyewitness News. And I was doing the noon and 5 o'clock newscast. And I was thinking I was looking cute. I look at it now and go, could somebody give me a lash? Anybody? Anybody?
Well, I think you look great, but look, we look back at what we looked at in the 70s and the 80s, and it was what we were supposed to look like then.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah.
You were right.
Hey, congratulations, your daughter got married since you were here. I think you didn't even know when you were here that there was going to be a wedding a few weeks later.
No, so I was there in November, right in the height of COVID that we're still sort of dealing with. She decided, you know, she was delaying it till 2021, but then there was no guarantee about what 2021 would look like. She and her then fiance, Virgil, were already at Oprah's. They were staying in the guest house because you're going to quarantine. That's a great place to be, as you know.
Yes.
So they were all, you know, COVID tested and all that stuff. They decided in 5 days, Ellen, we put that together. Did look for wedding dresses through Zoom, tried on wedding dresses in Zoom. Oprah let us use the rose garden, and you know it's a very lovely rose garden.
Yep.
So it was favorite daughter Kirby, favorite son Will, who did the ceremony because he had qualified. Oh, look at that picture.
Beautiful.
Kirby and Virgil, and Oprah and Stedman. So it was a wedding of 6. It's not what we planned, but at the end of the day, it was really magical. Because listen to this, Oprah had a shoot planned on her property the day before. It was canceled, so the photographer, Joe Puglisi, agreed to stay. That's why the pictures look so good. Otherwise, I had my iPhone ready. I was going to do it with an iPhone. Because you know Oprah's not letting anybody on the premises. You know that.
No,
so it really worked out.
She is really, which is good. She's really strict about that. Has she lightened up a little bit since you've been vaccinated?
I wish I could say, you know, it was 14 days. Now it's down to 5.
To quarantine.
So even though I'm vaccinated and all that good stuff, you know, they still say you could carry it. You could.
Yes.
It's very rare, but it's very rare, but she takes no chances. You know, she had pneumonia, so she's, you know, I get it. I get that she's cautious.
Yeah.
But it's down to 5.
Yeah, I'll get vaccinated. I'm going to do it. So you're bugging your daughter about having grandkids already, I heard?
Yes, Ellen, I am. I've been keeping a list of baby names. At the time, this was even before she got married. She said, my womb is empty. But Ellen, I have to tell you this. Right before I came on the air, I said, you know, Kirby, I'm doing Ellen today. Can I tell Ellen? Ellen, she's pregnant. She is pregnant.
She is?
She is.
Wow.
We haven't told anybody because I've been held to secrecy.
Wow.
But she's told all of her friends this past weekend. So she said I could tell you. So yes. And Ellen, I'm going to be a grandmother and I can't wait.
Oh, congratulations. That's so exciting.
I can't wait. Right before I went on the air, I said, Kirby, because if Ellen doesn't ask me anything about grandchildren, I'm not going to mention it. But if she does ask me, I don't want to stand there and say, I don't know. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So can I please tell her? Because listen, the baby's coming, you know, September. So we've known for a while, but she had to get past that first trimester and all that good stuff.
Right.
I haven't told anybody yet.
Does she know? Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
I do.
Is it going to be Ellen if it's a girl?
She didn't give me permission to say the sex, so I won't do that. But I do have baby names.
Okay.
I do have lots of baby names.
All right. We have good ones, too. Portia and I come up with good. We don't have babies, but we have lots of good names. So
I think, let's concentrate for grins on a boy. Let's do that. Let's just concentrate for grins on a boy.
You want a boy?
Well, listen, I'm the oldest of 4 girls. My whole life, I wanted a big brother. My whole life. Because I just thought people that had big brothers were really lucky. So I always like a firstborn to be a boy. Then the second one is a girl. And then you have a big brother that takes care of you. It's just my own little fantasy.
All right.
Little fantasy born of nothing.
Sounds like you're not a controlling mother at all. Yeah. Okay, first get pregnant, and it's going to be a boy, and then the next one will be a girl.
No, and I have some names.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Ellen, listen to this. I said, Kirby, can I come in the delivery room? Can you ask Virgil, can I come in the delivery room? She goes, yeah, we'll talk about that, which means no, but we'll talk about that. I go, well, could you just ask? With COVID, maybe I won't be able to come, but Ellen, if it was your daughter, you'd want to be in the delivery room. She might need me.
No, I don't want to see that. I don't want to be in anybody's delivery room. If Portia was having a baby, I wouldn't be there. I would be somewhere else. I think babies, it's a miracle and it's a beautiful thing and all that, but no.
I can't wait. So Ellen, this is the thing. I need to come up with cool grandma names because I don't want to be called grandma. I don't want to be called Nana. I don't want to be called Glamma because I think that's
right.
too much. So I want something that's cool. That's
How about Miss Lady?
No.
What's wrong with Miss Lady?
That's your assignment. That's your assignment,
right.
Ellen. I never asked much of you.
All right.
So you need to come up with a cool grandmother name for Gayle.
I'm gonna do it during the
Thank
commercial
you.
break. All right, we'll be back. All right, what about Gigi as a name?
Yeah, I know. Too many Gigi's now.
All right, I'll keep working. All right.
Yes. Your
All right.
assignment continues, Ms. DeGeneres.
I will work on it, I promise. It has been a little over a week since the Derek Chauvin verdict came out. You were in Minneapolis covering the story. I know when we were shooting a show when we got the news that he was found guilty on all 3 counts, and we were, ecstatic, and I'm sure you were too. What was it like to be there?
Well, this is the thing, Ellen. You don't realize, talking about the news, you don't realize how much you keep inside. We look at it as a steady diet of just bad. And so when we got to Minneapolis, you really could feel the tension in the air. Everybody was on edge. Black people, white people. People were coming up to me saying, I'm so nervous. And I was so nervous because in the court of public opinion, there really was only one verdict. But, history doesn't always work out the way you think that it should. Just because you have videotape, that's not a slam dunk in this case. So the night before, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. And when the verdict came, I was so relieved because I was so worried about what could possibly happen in this country if it didn't go the way many people believe that it should. And the fact that the verdict came back so quickly with such a diverse jury and guilty on all 3 charges, I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
Yeah, well, it was the right thing, and I wanted to cry, but we were shooting a show, but that's how emotional I was. It was,
yes.
Yeah, but anyway.
And why did you, Ellen, why did you want to cry? Why did you want to cry?
Because I'm so sad to see what's happened, as you said, like it doesn't always go that way. And it's heartbreaking to watch what's going on in the country on a regular basis and it not, justice not be served.
And so the next day we had the governor of Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz, who said, when he came in, he said, it's so good to be with you guys this morning and not have to worry about broken glass in the streets or burned buildings. And I said, well, were you surprised? Did you think that he would be convicted? He said, well, it's interesting. As a white person, I thought, absolutely, he's going to be convicted. And he said, my white friend said, absolutely, he's going to be convicted. My black friends and black constituents would say, well, I don't know. That's not normally how it goes. Where, it's like people of color, I have to say, were really afraid to even hope. So he thought it was interesting how the 2 groups saw it so very differently.
Yeah.
I think mostly everybody believes, and the polls show that the verdict was just and was the right verdict. But, until it comes in, you just don't know. You
Yeah.
just don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's why I think I was so emotional, because I knew that it could go. I was fully aware of
felt
that.
that.
Hey, it is hard to believe, but this summer is the 15th anniversary of the road trip across America with Oprah. And she really is, and I'm not saying this because I haven't really seen her drive, or I haven't driven with her, but everyone says she's a horrible driver. Is she a horrible driver?
Well, I don't want to say horrible, but I'll say this. She doesn't like to merge. She doesn't like to get on the highway. She doesn't like to park. She doesn't like to, let's see, parking is very difficult. Just getting on the highway, merging is very traumatic for her. So I don't want to say horrible, but she ain't so good. She ain't so good.
But
And not only that, Ellen, you'll appreciate this. When she's in the car, and who does this? When she's in the car, she likes to ride with no music. She wants total silence. She likes to be in the car, as she says, with just her and her thoughts. I go, well, you're not alone. I'm in here, and I like music. I like music. I like it cranked up. I like to sing with gusto with all the songs. And you know this rule, Ellen, I know you know this. Look at Oprah's face there. Who's ever driving gets control of the radio. You know that that's a rule.
yeah,
Oprah said, who made that rule? I go, everybody that drives knows that's a friggin' rule. Who's ever behind the wheel gets control of the radio. So I chose to drove a lot just so I could have music.
well, you'd have
Just
to.
me and Oprah in the car, silent.
You would have to drive a lot, because you'd never get on the freeway if she can't merge. I mean, how did you ever get on a freeway if she can't merge?
You would sit there and just pray to sweet black baby Jesus that it would turn out all right.
Oh my God.
And the other thing, she doesn't really like driving. I actually like driving. Here in
Yeah.
New York, where you don't get the opportunity to drive. So every time I get the chance, I love to drive.
Yeah, I love to drive too. I would not want to drive in New York, but I do love to drive. And she's going to be here soon, so I'll be talking to her about her driving. So, yeah. It's great talking to you. CBS This Morning airs weekdays at 7 a.m. on CBS. I'll talk to you
Ellen,
soon.
think of grandmother names, please.
I'm trying. All right.
Okay.
All right, Miss Lady. We'll be back.